Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, I'm going to be commenting over and guiding you through my 5 fights that I did today, wins and losses in live arena. Obviously, I'll be doing more fights as well, but it was close. I only got into it just at the end, unfortunately, of this morning's session. So yeah, let me know if you like this video format too. Hopefully, I can give you more in-depth details because I'm not focused on fighting. It's just like a different type of video, but let me know what you think. So we're going in. You can see my first two picks. I've been really liking the first two picks of Kaimar and Yumiko for me. So we've got a lockout, we've got two reset champions, we've got some buff strips. And then, as you can see, leading into my two favorite damage dealers so far, which have been Kandrafon and Hefrak. Both of these damage dealers I do have in 4-piece of Stone Skin. So they have the Stone Skin buff to protect them. They can both buff increased attack, Hefrak a bit more easily for that initial nuke. And yeah, you can actually see, I feel like this was sort of the pick that swung this draft in a fairly big sense. The enemy guy is really building a speed team. He's got two speed boosters, and Arbiter, I guess you consider speed booster as well. So we're able to final pick the Torment. We have that flexibility. We could bring in our own Arbiter, for example, if we wanted to, build our own speed team to outspeed them. But he's clearly going to be faster and to go first. So I definitely have a bit of a problem. I banned away his Arbiter, who's going to give increased attack to his nukers and brings a potential buff strip as well. I thought that could be a little bit bad. He goes in with the buff strip, and this was definitely a scary part. This is where it comes down to luck, which is how much accuracy does he have on Lady Kimmy? Would he be able to strip buffs off the Stone Skin guys? I figured I only needed one of them to survive the buff strip from Kimmy, and we do manage to get through. So here we go. He's gone fast. He nukes. He takes out Kaimar. And he totally outsped me as well. But Hefrak comes in and takes him out. So, yeah, I think if so long as either Hefrak or Candy survived with Stone Skin, a bit of a dice roll, but we're able to get through. It's kind of why I like both of those nukers so much. Yeah, that was a pretty straightforward fight right there. A bit of a danger of going full in on the speed team. I do have to say, part of the reason that I'm really liking the Kaimar and Yumiko picks is that it gives you flexibility, right? Yumiko's a really high priority ban. People tend to ban her very much. So it leaves you open to going into different strategies. So we've opened with Kaimar. He's responded with Python Mithrala. So it's very much looking like he's going for a go second team. So I'm just going all in on the speed right now. I'm grabbing the other speed aura with Arbiter. And I'm grabbing the Yumiko as well. So yeah, we're saying, okay, we're going all out speed. And he's really going all out go second. He's got the Brogni and he has Staltus. So I'm going to pick up Baron. I figure his team is very slow. I have a really tough time keeping Baron alive. And Baron is also a really high bait priority, like ban bait as well. People love to ban Baron. And at this point, I was thinking, like, man, what do I have that can deal with these Force Affinity guys? I don't actually have any real good Spirit Nukers built up. The one I do have behind my head right there is this guy. Is Lord Shazar. So you can see I was really thinking this one out. Lord Shazar is my best spirit nuker by a mile, but he is a bomb-based nuker. And what do we have in the enemy team? We've got a Python, we've got a Mithrala, even Brogni brings block debuffs. So I would have loved to bring it in because there's a pretty good chance that he's running Stone Skin on Staltus. You could run Stone Skin on Python, on Mithrala. It's a lot of Stone Skin we'd love to bomb, but I just didn't feel like we had the control to do it. And then we actually have a last pick, Taurus, which to me is a really weird one. To me, that seems like a pick that you lead the the pick ban phase with, right? It's one of those things where the strategy I think is actually going to change a ton when we do get into gold, where you can't have repeats, right? So picking a champion means the enemy can't take it. That's gonna be very different. You can see right here, I was really considering who to get. It's like, get rid of his reviver. Do I get rid of Taurus, Staltus? I decided to get rid of Staltus just because I felt like my team is actually quite squishy. We're going to be going first, so we're not going to have any reaction. Andy is probably going to outrun his Stone Skin as well. And we're going to be really vulnerable to a Stone Skin nuke. I figured he's not going to run Taurus and Stone Skin because it's Taurus, so it's better to let that one through. But I was having a tough time picking for this one, so here we go. We're going in. Pick the accuracy aura. We're definitely going first. We want to make sure to lock out the Python if possible. We do get a fear on Kaimar. That's the Taurus passive. Kaimar's demon spawn. And Kaimar actually misses his buff strip. But luckily, Yumiko, with the accuracy aura, they have a resist aura to cancel with the Python, but she's able to come in and actually lock them all out, which is good. So now we don't have to worry about the enemy team actually having moves. This is why she is so strong. And yeah, like for me, my Yumiko's got much better gear than my Baron does. So I'm happy that they banned the Baron, but you can see why I picked the Baron as well. We've got lots of shielding between Mithrala and Brogni, and he's trying to build a really tanky team, and the Baron Skypiercer just rips through that. We've got increased attack on Candy. He's going to go in with the nuke. Doesn't manage to kill anyone, but he rips a big old chunk out of them. And he is protected by the Veil that proc from their masteries, which is kind of nice. Now, I didn't really mind because they're still locked out. So I'm feeling safe enough for a couple of turns at least. Even if he didn't proc that fail, we'd still be good. We're going to reset then with Kaimar, which is just going to let us get back around and pretty much slam them down, right? Nothing that they can do. They are locked out. I feel like lockout champions are super powerful. It's probably worth building even a basher, right? The epic lockout. He'll only lock him out for a single turn, but often a single turn is all that you might need. So it's certainly something for you guys to consider if you don't have a Yumiko or a Warlord. I only have Yumiko, pulled her recently, and that's kind of it's a godsend, honestly, for Live Arena. It's been huge being able to pull in Yumiko. I definitely have seen people use Warlord more, probably because more people have Warlord, and I feel like he's a bit more flexible. Like Warlord works, he's got a stronger lockout than Yumiko does, but he doesn't bring the reset for your team. And he has the healing and the protection as well, which is kind of useful. We actually are leading out with a 4-star Ragash with Ward of the Fallen, which I thought was kind of interesting. I'm going in with my same two picks here, Aymar and Yumiko. So for Ragash, I would have thought probably running Polymorph would be the way to go. Polymorph gives you resistance. I'm not sure. Ward of the Fallen, I think, gives you HP. So I think that's a bit of a weird one. And then I was thinking he's probably going for a go second with Ragash, but he actually goes then into the Arbiter and Jorgid, which is, again, a weird pick. Certainly when we go later on in drafting, you would think that Jorgid would be a number one pick to put in. Sort of gives away, I guess, that you're building for speed. So Ragash is a bit more flexible of a first pick. Jorgid is like, yeah, we're going in with a massive nuker. And I'm going with the same thing here. I'm going Arbiter Baron. Basically saying, right, we're going to match you speed for speed, and we'll sort of see how it goes. I was thinking at this point about Tormund as well. I'm eyeing his team up and thinking Tormund could be perfect here if he ends up going for a full speed team with this Jorgid. And then the Tormund plan gets completely flummoxed. He picks up a Duchess and a Python, which is crazy. So again, I'd be thinking, like, with this team he's got, Duchess or Jorgid, when you get into gold, they're going to be the picks. I was really, again, struggling to know what to pick here. A magic nuker is not going to be able to kill Python. My force nuker is not going to be able to kill Duchess. The force nuker could struggle with Ragash as well. So I was in a bit of a rough spot. I decided to go for Turvold as a single target nuker who can deal with any of them. And then I decided to get rid of the Jorgid as well, right? 3-star Jorgid. So yeah, that was a tough one. We'll let him have the 3 revivers, and we've got a lot of damage here. He gets rid of the Yumiko, which is pretty straightforward, I think. But we've got a lot of damage with the Baron and with the Turvold, so we should hopefully be able to get away with some stuff, right? Should certainly be able to kill through 3 revivers. So let's see. So he does have Stone Skin 2 turns on the Python. Doesn't have Stone Skin on Duchess or Bolster on Duchess, so that's a bit weird. I guess maybe it's Swift Parry, maybe Regeneration. Not entirely sure. So we're able to sleep them, which is good. Unfortunately, we do get the cleanse off from Python there. There's no way to stop it. We didn't get the strip on Python. My Kaimar, unfortunately, has been rebuilt for hard mode dungeons, so he doesn't have a ton of accuracy. He doesn't have a ton of accuracy. And also he's weak affinity right there. So that's definitely an issue. I thought that was interesting here is that he actually leads out with the perfect veil. Which was kind of cool. And at this point, too, I was thinking, does this go on through Stone Skin? And it doesn't. I don't know if it does or not, or if it's just the block debuffs, but the guaranteed decreased defense from Baron definitely didn't work right there. And we're able to reset, boost up again. But we ran into a problem right here, which is Baron is quite slow, and he actually has increased speed from Ragash. So I wasn't quite sure what to do, to be honest, at this point. I was like, uh-oh. Baron doesn't look like he's going to get in for his nuke. Take down Arbiter, just in case she got in with the speed first. Pythion comes in with revive, and yeah, we don't get in. Baron is too slow. Gearing problem. More so that I guess my speed boost, my arbiter is not quick enough. Ragash goes in with a nuke and destroys us. I honestly, I think he could have won earlier if he'd nuked first with Ragash. But yeah, not being able, the Turvo pick, great pick, single target, but without an AoE, put myself actually in a kind of rough spot right there without a second good AoE nuker. So that's something I need to reassess. Wasn't able to actually hit that Ragash. So yeah, Spirit Affinity. I'm struggling to hit Spirit Affinity with AoE, so that's something I need to improve. Probably should have even brought in Rhonda, to be honest, would have been better. Single target, but she also has AoE. I think Rhonda would have been a better choice. So again, we've got almost the same draft here from me. The enemy team has, I would say, a better, tankier team than the last one. So we shall see. We've got the final pick. What do we go for here? So I was thinking this time I can actually probably swing the Lord Shazar. We are looking a lot faster than them. We can maybe make it work. So yeah, we'll give it a go. And then it's like, what do we get rid of? I decided to get rid of the Reviver with Pythion. He has a 6-star Ascended Candy, which is scary. But this is rough. Like, he's got really top tier picks right here. We're going to have the Shazar Speed Aura. But I was, again, very unconfident with this one. I said, okay, we'll give it a go. Maybe we can get through, but they're going to have Stone Skin probably on Candy. They're probably going to have Bolster here on Necret. So yeah, they do. They've got a big Bolster. Baron's going to be really neutered by the Harima passive. So we're going in with the Kymar strip, and Sheep strikes. The most the shakes of frustration, guys. The shakes of frustration. I think he has like 1 or 2-star Sheep on Harima and Necret, so it's really unlucky to get bombed. It's to get not bombed. We're about to bomb them. It's really unlucky to get sheeped right there. And we go in again, and we're sheeped again, dudes. We're sheeped again. Now, to be fair right here, and Candy wipes us out, and he can just come in A1 Arbiter. And that's basically going to be it. We're out of there. To be fair, we wouldn't have been able to land the bomb on Mithrala. So should have done something different there. I'm not sure what I could have done. I feel like it's probably going to be a loss anyway. But I don't know. Maybe I could have picked a different final nuker to help get through. But who knows? So we're going in. What's that? Is that 2 wins, 2 losses, I think? Yeah, I think we had 2 quick wins and 2 quick losses back to back. It's something I like, though, about these speed teams. And this guy, he's running a speed team, too. It gets shit done quickly. You're either going to win fast or you're going to lose fast. And that's always good. So you can see I was really testing out this strategy today, and I'm liking it, the Kymar Yumiko. I mean, it's 50-50 so far. So maybe there's some adjustment. And I felt here that Candy is a good pickup, right? Candy is just such a solid nuker for Arena. Unfortunately, mine is only 1 star right now, but he's really solid. He can go first. He can go second. He had 2 Magic Affinity champions, so he's got a good chance to resist right there. And I can see now that this guy, he's going for speed. He's got a need for speed. He's got 2 buff strippers with the Gurgo and Kymar. Kimmy buff strips a bit as well. So yeah, I think I'm bringing in the Hefrak as that good, solid second nuker. Maybe I should have been bringing in Hefrak in some of those other fights. I just felt like the Magic Affinity wasn't quite right. And he isn't ascended yet at all, unfortunately, which is a good chunk of damage. You can see I'm thinking it through, seeing what else do we have here. I'm sort of expecting him to go for, an Arbiter or another damage dealer here at the end. He's certainly got speed pretty well locked down. And you can see, actually, yeah, there we go. We make a change. You say, okay, I feel like he probably is going for something with speed. He's clearly going for a speed team. Let's actually really pinch him on the speed team thing, right? Kimmy and Kymar. Kymar sometimes is built in Stone Skin, but it's unlikely. Trunda is probably in Savage. I don't really see Gurgo. I don't see any of his champs being Stone Skin champs. He goes for the 4-star Rhonda. So I'm thinking, okay, right. Okay, we'll go for Hegemon. So now we've got Torment Hegemon. He can't ban them both. And at this point as well, I was thinking, what do I get rid of here? What is the biggest danger to me? And I can't remember actually what I decided in the end. I think I decided to get rid of Kymar, has the speed aura and the buff strip and the reset. I felt that would be more dangerous. And I felt like a weakness he's going to have with Kimmy is that Kimmy turn meter boosts, which is going to leave him vulnerable to Torment. And certainly Kimmy will be locked out by Hegemon. Now he decides to ban the Hegemon, so looks like that was a good final pick. So we actually get the We actually get Yumiko coming through and the Torment, which is nice. I don't remember what happened in this fight, actually, so I guess we'll find out together. Here we go. He actually has immunity set on Rhonda, so that's really interesting. So he had a pretty good awakening on Rhonda, and he does have her built-in immunity. And with the... Oh, no, that's her passive shield. I'm being an idiot. That's probably like Divine Speed on Kimmy. So he actually goes in with the decrease accuracy first, which I think is pretty smart. Doesn't want to proc the Torment stuff. And then the decrease accuracy makes Torment much less effective. Then he goes in with a buff strip. So again, it's that 50-50 chance that he strips the buff on the Candy, and we do get lucky, and Candy makes it through. So good, smart play by him, and then it's just the dice roll of Stone Skin, which is just how things go, right? Trunda comes in, Kaimar is dead, Yumiko survives with some reaction, Gorman gets killed, but he comes back with his passive. Kind of nice that it actually removes the decreased accuracy, which is quite useful. And then Candy comes in, and this is why I like me some Candy. And then I think Candy goes in and he pick off Gergo, because Kimmy's not going to have really any much damage. I don't see her being able to kill Candy before he gets back to having to go. And he leaves the battle, and I think that was that all 5? I think that's all 5. Yeah, that was all 5. So there we are, guys, all 5. Didn't have enough time to probably get through the next 5, so I'll do that later in the day. But yeah, that was how things went. So let me know what you thought about those fights. I thought was really interesting. We had really interesting teams and strats from a lot of people. Like, I love this, going in with Gergo, I thought was really cool. Gergo, probably a champion I pulled recently, haven't built yet. Kind of underrated because he's like Kaimar, buff strip and crowd control. Plus he's void, so no weak hit. So he's actually a pretty cool option right there. And he can do good damage, so he's cool. This team was terrifying, absolutely terrifying Go second team. It's such a nasty draft that he had right there. That's super nasty. Like, Duchess in there as well would be probably more nasty than Python. But that's just horrible to deal with. That's so powerful. It's like literally everything here. It's like, can I ban everything? Is that an option? Can I ban all of those, please? Thank you. So that got really outdrafted there. I love the Ragash pick, actually. Ended up working really well for him. Yeah, that Ragash pick was cool and an interesting adaptation. I feel like the Turvold was a mistake. So that's something I need to go back through and fix it for the next time. This draft worked well in my favor. I don't know about the Staltus ban, but I figured getting rid of the Stone Skin was good. And yeah, so there we go. So you can see my current strat at the moment, for the most part, is like Kaimar Yumiko, and then like 2 big nukers, like the Candy Hefrak is what I'm loving, or Candy Baron or Hefrak Baron, something like that. That's what I'm liking at right now for fast fights, successful fights. But yeah, let me know what you think. Any suggestions for something to work on? I'll give you a sneak hint of who I'm thinking on. So half thinking about, where is he? This guy. Oh, perfect timing. We're running some multi-battles. We may stop these right now. After this, I'll show you. I'll clear that gear in a second. I am thinking about... I'm only farming like stage 2 of Fire Knight hard because Fire Knight tournament started and I've been so busy I haven't had time to actually push the team further and make it work. All my silvers going into Arena. A little bit thinking about Crew Traxa, but she's built for that Fire Knight team. I'm half thinking about maybe working on Karato. So the issue with building up these multiple nukers is that it really pushes your gear to the limits, and some of them are just going to be built badly, right? Like Karato, he's just not built very well. Like about 6k attack, only 230% crit damage though. Like that's kind of rough. It's going to be tough to make him good, but Karato could work, and it gives the combo Yumiko. That could be a cool Spirit Affinity nuker. But he's not that good without Yumiko, right? So it's an interesting one. I think it's a good option to have for those situations where I'm like, ooh, I can pick a Torment and they really want to ban Torment and they have to let the Yumiko Karato through. That could be cool, but I don't know. And then the other one I'm definitely thinking of is Supreme Elhain is actually looking really good to me right now as Void Affinity. Gives me a way to deal with Necret, which is a huge problem for me. So yeah. And the great thing about her is I can steal my gear off Ethos and use her to farm Campaign, farm Minotaur, which I do a lot of, both of those. Yeah, she gives me a way to just use gear I'm already using. It doesn't mess up my high elf faction grip, put her in instead of Ethos. I can basically use her everywhere I use Ethos, but she comes in as actually, I think, a pretty cool option here. So she is one I'm actually genuinely considering. I actually think Supreme Elhain is pretty great for this. But yeah, there we go. Let me know. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know about the format as well. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.